Hello, everybody. This is Gannon here, joined by my lovely co-host, Dylan.
What's up, everybody?
Hello, Dylan. Good to have you here, as per usual.
Good to be here, as per usual.
So we're on chapter 1011 today. This chapter, I spoke to Dylan a little bit prior to the podcast, and I told him, this chapter was a pleasant surprise. I thought it was well written. It was well paced. Everything that happened in this chapter was just good story. I liked it. Good plot. And it was just a pleasant surprise. I like it. It's not like a 10 out of 10 chapter. It's not crazy off the wall.
Yeah, there's
out
some,
there.
Groundbreaking things happening.
It's definitely
really
not
cool.
last chapter, but it was just a good chapter. And it starts off with this color spread. This color spread here. And it says in the bottom left corner of this really awesome, beautiful color spread, it says, "It's difficult to think anything but pleasant thoughts while eating a soft serve." And then it shows all the Straw Hats eating ice cream. Different flavors, of course. Oda is really awesome, and he's really talented in the way that he makes these color spreads, and they're just so colorful, well illustrated. There's so many awesome details here. From the fact that all the Straw Hats are always wearing new, just individualized outfits, and then they all have their own individualized ice cream cones. We see here, we have, all the Straw Hats now. Nami is enlarged and in the background, sexually eating an ice cream cone, which is just typical, we gotta make use of the Golden Girls. Nami and Robin somehow. Usopp, funnily, is swimming in the bottom of a fruit punch with what looks like to be gumballs floating in it. It's really awesome. Zoro is eating those kind of chocolate straws that have cream in the middle.
Those
and
are gas.
Sanji, yeah, those are really good. Then those are kind of the posh ones, but then there's also an extension of that, which... Kellogg's growing up had the cereal straws that you could actually drink through.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. So money. This is a really awesome color spread. I just had to talk about it. Brooks' outfit's probably my favorite. He's wearing this...
I was going to mention that as well.
Really fucking awesome rainbow blouse. He has a sports newspaper cap that says 09 Cream on it. It's... bro, he's stunting. Oda is not just a mangaka. He's not just one of the greatest mangakas of all time. He is a fashionista. He is a clothing designer, and I say this every time we see the Straw Hats in one of their million outfits. But, yeah, amazing illustration, great color spread, and it's funny, and it's giving me good vibes. So, good job, Oda. 9 out of 10 color spread. What a pain. We're going to the chapter now. Chapter 1011, Onko Standards. Onko means red bean paste. It's used to make the soup that Big Mom really likes. So it's red bean paste standards. Actually a really good title. I'm just now reading the title and, connecting it to the chapter now that we're reviewing it, and that's a really good title. Mm-hmm. What a pain, says Eustace Kid. She's a lively old bat. Look. And Kid and Killer previously in the last chapter were just kind of looking out after this ridge towards Big Mom. And they haven't really done anything since then. They're just kind of saying, oh boy, Big Mom is getting late. And they're getting the fuck out of the way. And I just appreciate Kid's character so much because he's always got a trail of trash behind him. I think it's so funny. He's a complete garbage boy, and I'm starting to appreciate Killer way more this arc. Prior to this arc,
I agree.
Prior to this arc, I didn't really give a flying fuck about any of the supernovas. The only supernovas that I cared about that much were Luffy and Zoro, and I wanted them to be on top always, and they still are. Do you know what I mean? I would probably put Zoro and Eustace Kid right now as equals.
I would say that as well, actually. Before, I would disagree with you. We've talked about that before, but now I would say they're definitely equals.
Kid and Zoro are supposed to be more around the same equal level. Like, these are both definitely people that are capable of, in a high diff fight. Well, previously, you know, like, they're both capable of defeating a first commander, I think. Depending on the first commander, of course, because the power fluctuates quite vastly between all the first commanders. But I feel like they could beat Katakuri.
Yeah. We would have to see, but yeah.
It would be a high diff fight. It'd be a high diff fight.
It definitely would be.
But I feel like they're capable. Maybe. I don't know, dude. It's really hard to even describe. Here's the thing, like, yeah, it is a hard maybe. These two are kind of hard to accurately power scale right now. Because here's the thing, all the first commanders' power scaling is so different. The one that, like, clearly seems to be the weakest to me, just in representation, right now has got to be King. Like, King is the least intimidating first commander out of all of them. Like, at least Shiryu now, like, is kind of menacing in the fact that he murdered Absalon and stole his fruit, and he's just a menacing dude. Then you have Ben Beckman, who's said to be comparable and almost an equal to Shanks. So he is, like, comparable to Yonko level, and he's a first commander. By basic representation of what we know about him, because we do really know jack shit.
Yeah.
And then, who else we have? We have Katakuri, who's just an ultimate badass. Like, he was a character designed to be an ultimate badass, intimidating, respectful, just, like, Giga Chad. And so, at this point, I really have to use King as, like, probably the weakest, least intimidating first commander, and probably the one that I'm going to use to scale. I believe that both Kid and Zoro, at this point, can defeat King mid to high diff.
I would say high diff, yeah. King could.
And that's what their power is right now. But then keep in mind that Kid is probably about to go through some form of evolution if he actually has to go and fight Big Mom. Because as we see in this chapter, Big Mom gets heavily distracted and totally goes off course from a Kid and Killer fight. And then also, Killer gets off course in this chapter in a really, really... Like, you know, I'm not a Killer stan. I could give a flying fuck about this dude. Killer, for all I care, could die. But I'm pleasantly surprised with what happened with Killer in this chapter and what direction Oda is choosing to go in.
I was very surprised.
It honestly gets me a little bit... Yeah, Dylan, I didn't expect it either, and it honestly gets me a little bit excited to see where this shit is going.
Yeah, the same. But when we, like, get to that part, I'll say this again, but, like, I really... Like, it caught me off guard. I was like, wait a minute, so you're telling me Kid's about to go and fight Big Mom by himself now? I was already kind of questioning if he could do it with two people, let alone by himself, and then I really wasn't expecting to get, like, a whole individual, like, Killer fight against, like, Hawkins. Like, it's cool, I like it, and I feel like it's a good use for Hawkins as well, because, you know, like, fuck Hawkins, piece of shit.
Yeah, dude, like, Hawkins has already been definitely outscaled by... At this point, probably X, Drake, Law, and Zoro are all implied to be just out of Hawkins' league. Hawkins has definitely been scaled at this point. And, you know, it's just like, it's a good opportunity to do something with Killer by pitting him up against a really weaker captain. And I think it's very appropriate. It's nothing too crazy, and I feel like, dude, this isn't going to be an easy fight for either of them, like, by any means. I feel like they are got to be around similar strength levels. And right now, like, before Zoro even got juiced up and he got all of his power-ups this arc, he was still able to easily slaughter Hawkins.
Oh, yeah.
So, if the fact that Killer is going to fight Hawkins and probably have a little trouble definitely appropriately scales Killer to Zoro, because now Zoro's in a whole entirely different fucking league than Killer. And it really, you know, makes me smile because of all the weird amount of Killer fanboys out there who would like to think that Killer is actually way stronger than he is. The only thing Killer did significant on the roof was the sonic sides. And the sonic sides isn't hockey advanced hockey, it's more like a manipulation of his own techniques. Like,
Yeah.
he's actually going from the inside. It's not that he has advanced hockey, I don't think.
No, not
He
at all.
probably does have, like, slight advanced hockey where he can do, like, the red scabbard projection hockey to a degree, but, like, I don't even think he's capable of that, really.
No, I
That's,
really
like,
don't
at
think he is.
most.
I don't think he is.
Kid goes, what the hell? Didn't we just deal with the lightning one? They're confused because there's lightning and just, like, energy heading towards them. And oh my gosh, this is amazing, dude. Just look at this panel. It's not, like, a really incredibly detailed panel or anything. It's definitely, like, B+ tier on illustration, but it is a great panel of Big Mom utilizing her new power. And also, we get a name reveal. And we don't get a full reveal, but we do get to see the lips, because Big Mom has now modified Prometheus in a way to the point where I don't think he's going to be conflicted with Zeus. Like, I don't know exactly what she did, because Zeus is still alive. It's not like they combined Zeus and Prometheus to make this new form. But Big Mom in this awesome panel says, now let's see what you can do. Show me your power. Hera. And Hera is the sister and wife of Zeus. Okay? So, in Greek mythology, they didn't, they were pretty incestuous at times. So Hera is indeed the sister and wife of Zeus, who is Big Mom's other homie. We get to see that, obviously its name is Hera. It's got lips, and it says, oh ho 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 ho, certainly mama. And there's hearts after its speech. It's definitely like either Okama or like a woman. Mm-hmm. That's what her new soul homie is doing. And it appears to have both the power of lightning and probably the power of just like heat energy as well. Because that ball that she's holding looks crazy fucking awesome and cool. Mm-hmm. It definitely has the power of lightning, but I have to assume that it's got to be in combination with Prometheus's powers as well to some degree, because this has got to be better than Prometheus. It's got to be better than Zeus, so I just assume it's a combination of the two to some degree. And if she does get a hold of Zeus and put them together completely, then her power is probably going to be off the chains. I think that's what they imply in this chapter. So Big Mom fires a shot towards Onigashima, the skull dome. And the attack, this new attack, is called Fulgora, which basically roughly translates to seismic thunder, it's telling us. And you can just see the scale of this attack. It is a thick beam that just
massive.
It's like fucking so huge. It's like somebody shooting a 50 caliber bullet through this skull. It's an absolutely huge energy beam that has what appears to be Black Conqueror's hockey lightning coming out of it. Just a whole bunch of shit coming out of it. It is extremely awesome and epic attack. On the rooftop, it pans back to Zeus in Kid's box. It says, Mama, what's happening? Are you okay? Oh, huh? It fell apart. Kid's box fell apart. And Zeus says, Mama, where are you? I'll save you. Kid must have his hands full. Big Mom's in the castle now, but things could get dicey if she gets the cloud back. Hey, Straw Hat Ya, I'm gonna take everyone else with me. Alright. So, is Law gonna go help with Big Mom now? Do you think? Do you think it's just like Luffy? It's definitely, at this point, just gonna be Luffy and Kaido. Mm-hmm. Like I had hoped. This is perfect. Because, bro, okay, I'm getting a little bit far ahead of myself, but basically that beam was to open up a hole in the side of the skull so that Big Mom could enter. So that beam was so big that it was large enough for Big Mom to get through the skull easily. It was a ginormous energy beam, and that was just from her first attack from Hera. So Hera has definitely got to be significantly stronger than both Zeus and Prometheus. It's almost like the two homies are now going to be synergized instead of constantly fighting with each other, is what they're implying, and Big Mom's just going to get a huge power-up boost from that. That's going to be similar and comparable to, I imagine, the Dragon Hybrid Form power boost, just in terms of power. Kaido puts his claws down, and he lifts himself up, and he says, "Whoa, Looks like you're enjoying this fight. The greater the risk, the wider your smile. And the wider your smile. Luffy gives a little chuckle. And then Kaido says, right? And we go down. Luffy is now... his guard is up. He's alarmed. He sees that Kaido is now coming towards him at probably Mach 5. This dude is going warp fucking speed. Absolutely, I cannot imagine how fast these two individuals are going. But Luffy then sends out another kick, and I just think there's something awesome when a anime character who predominantly uses his fists starts kicking. Mm-hmm. Like, it really, it's so awesome. It's like when Vegeta and Goku merge with the Potara earrings to go Vegito, and Vegito really likes kicking his enemies and, like, crossing his arms like he's doing a Russian dance, and I think that's the coolest shit. And I think it's really appropriate and awesome and cool that Luffy's now switching up his fighting style a little bit now that he has the Conqueror's Haki, and he's, like, using kicks to start off. It's nice. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Really awesome panel of Kaido in the hybrid form and Luffy just going at it, not touching each other, both projecting their advanced Conqueror's Haki towards each other. And I always talk about this with Dylan, dude, but I mean, if this is the extent that Conqueror's Haki can go in the story, I have to say that I'll be a little bit disappointed. If it doesn't have some, like, better, cooler power than just simply imbuing it into your attacks and making your attacks stronger, like, I could have guessed that from a mile away that you were able to do that with Conqueror's Haki, but, like, I really would like Conqueror's Haki to do, like, one more, like, dope thing. Like, can we at least get a little bit of a Sharingan moment out of the Conqueror's Haki and actually make it, like, manifest a little bit better than, you know, put Conqueror's Haki into punch to make punch better. You know, everybody's like, oh, Advanced Conqueror's Haki is so dope, and I'm like, it's okay, you know? I would really appreciate if this wasn't the extent that Conqueror's Haki can go to. Like, I would really like it to give individuals, to a later degree, some destined power or something, because there really are only a handful of people on the entire planet who could use this shit. I would like to think that besides just imbuing it into attacks, but it could do something a little bit better. I know Dylan doesn't really share that same opinion. He really likes the Advanced Conqueror's Haki reveal, and it's cool and everything, but it's literally just, like, taking what we've seen before, like, a handful of times, and just confirming it. It's just like, oh yeah, when two people are using Conqueror's Haki and fighting each other, they split the sky, and like, they don't touch. And I'm like, yeah, but I already knew that, but, like, why does it do that? And also, like, can it do anything more than that? I'm like, no, it's just Conqueror's Haki into punch.
So, like, something I would like to put in here is that I agree with everything you're saying, right? I do think it is very
it's plain,
rudimentary and simplistic right now, yeah, but we only got really introduced to it, like, one chapter ago. I still think it's gonna get fleshed out a little bit more as well. I
would hope so, because we got a whole another like, world war happening after this Wano war, so... Bro, if this is all Advanced Conqueror's Haki can do, like, they've got to pull out some juicer shit for the final war where Luffy gets, like, Ninetales mode variant, you know what I mean? Like, we got to have some cool end-of-series shit, because this just isn't it. Like, I've got to have something better than this. So yeah. You're right, Dylan, you're right. I just hope that there isn't all this is to this ability. Castle interior, Kid and Killer's location. It actually shows a little diagram where Big Mom, like, protruded and entered with her beam into the Skull Dome, which is pretty cool. Damn, we got blown way back. Where are we? We're inside the castle, but she's not coming after us, says Killer. That hole she made was massive. Maybe she couldn't tell which way she was sent us flying. Kid, if she's not on this floor, she's got to be downstairs. Hurry. We can't let her regroup with Kaido. That's Captain Kid and Killer. Get him. Move. Straw. Sword. And then Hawkins, with his bitch-ass straw sword, comes out, knocks the little underlings out of the way, and he's like, I'm going after Kid and Killer, and this is the biggest joke I've ever seen. Like, Hawkins, you really just should have stayed dead. Like, how is Hawkins even like this? Didn't Law cut him in half?
I don't think Law cut him in half. I think Law just kind of fucked him up a little bit, like, way before.
I was under the impression that Law, like, cut him up like he did Vergo. Like, Law doesn't kill people when he cuts him in half, but I just thought he, like, incapacitated him. You've got balls if you think you can get it our way, you damn rat. Like, I love when Eustace Kid says this, because honestly, he does have balls here. He said Apu had already sold us out. Defeat was inevitable. Resistance futile. I made the only reasonable choice possible. It's extraordinary that you both survived. Kid, go on ahead. We can't let Big Mom run amok. Fine. You handle it. Kid's getting away. It's really cool how Kid can just look at his subordinate and just be like, fine, you handle it. It's similar to how Luffy and Zoro work.
Yeah.
And here we are. Hawkins transforms into his straw creature, and it's got like a bunch of tentacle legs. And he's like, this simplifies things. My odds of simultaneously suppressing both of you were very unfavorable. You play your part well. You totally embraced your role as their guard dog. Your words are meaningless. Your likelihood of death is 92%. That's my role in the tragedy of Hitokiri Kamazo. You're still relying on your fortunes? Unlike you, we take matters into our own hands. Fa 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 fa. So yeah, Killer's still laughing at this point. And this just goes to show you, like, I love how people were trying to argue that, like, Killer was extremely debuffed because now he's laughing all the time in his fight against Zoro. Like, he's debuffed! He's debuffed! He's laughing all the time! Can't you see? He's got a fucking, handicap! Like, bro, no, he doesn't have a handicap. Zoro has a handicap 24/7. They actually need to nerf Zoro in every arc so that he's not hit his full strength in his final battle. Killer is just laughing. Like, he's just laughing right now. He's embraced his personality almost. Now that he's just dressed the way he normally is, it's like you barely can even tell. Like, prior to this panel, when he wasn't laughing, like, I honestly forgot that he was even using the laugh. He was a victim of the smile. Were you about to say something, Nolan?
No. Oh, yeah, okay. No, I was actually going to say something. I was going to say how, and even if, like, the whole reason, like, people bring up the whole, Killer ate a smile, he's laughing, right? He's handicapped. The whole reason behind that is because of, like, the Zoro and him fight, right? Where, like, Zoro fucks him up. But if people want to bring up that as, like, evidence that, oh, Killer was debuffed because he was laughing, in that fight, like, Zoro was literally fucking poisoned.
Yeah, dude,
and losing blood at the same time because he got, like, you know, kind of murked and facing two people at the same time in that fight.
Two people at the same time!
So if anything, Zoro was way more disadvantaged than Killer was in that fight.
Multiple disadvantages. And he still came out on top, totally dominantly destroyed Killer with one ability. You can only wish for luck. Killer, screw you and your luck. I'm not wishing for anything. And that's actually kind of dope.
Mm-hmm.
I bet the weird Killer fanboys out there are really, really excited about that. Really, really excited. Because I honestly thought it was a pretty good thing for Killer to do.
I thought this was really cool. I'm happy to see this, and I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yeah, the Dino Man is clinging on to Komichio. How many shots can this guy take? His resilience is out of this world. Huff, huff. Right back at you. Why don't you give up? Page 1 is still just, like, gripped to the back of the large Japanese dog named Komichio. Because we don't want to die! You creepy... Let go, you creepy lizard! Go away! Usopp, aim for his vitals, his temple, the jaw, his Adam's apple. Try the solar plexus, his eyes, the nostrils! Just some funny, nice Nami Usopp Straw Hat moments going on here on the back of the big, giant, mythical Japanese dog. Komichio, hang in there. We're so close. Wheeze, huff, wheeze, wheeze, woof. Porcello's feeding my dango to lots of bad guys, so I should be able to take charge of them all. once we reach the live floor stage. It's my job to turn them into allies. It doesn't matter what happens to me after that. But we can't stop till I've done that. Please, hold on a little longer. Toma, don't be silly. Your big sis and uncle will protect you. How am I an uncle? I'm only 19, says Usopp. I know, but I'm still scared, says Tama. The dog's like, woof, woof, woof. Sorry for making you worry, Tama. I'll take care of it. Get down. Lethal green star. Flower fireworks. And Usopp is using some pretty powerful attacks pretty close up. And Nami says, so hot. Usopp, be careful. My bad. My weapons aren't meant for close combat. Still, I'll definitely finish him. Lethal green star. Huh? Exploding pine cones. And this is actually a pretty cool ability. These look really cool. They're just like pine cone grenades.
Little grenades.
Bullseye. Huff, huff. How do you like them apples? And then Usopp makes the little Wano face in the bottom left.
Yes.
And page 1 goes, wheeze, wheeze. Yeah, he's still getting up. What's the deal with these dinosaur types? That long-nosed bastard. It sucks we can't use a Kibi Dango on him just because he didn't eat a smile.
This is nice confirmation.
Yeah, this is nice confirmation that Tama can only basically control, like, regular animals, and then also those people who aren't really zone users. Like the smile fruit users.
Yeah.
And then here, out of nowhere, towering over this building like King Kong, it's Big Mom. That rhymed. Kid, stop hiding. And then you can see here, you can't fully see it. But actually you can. There's no Hera here, it's just Prometheus. Which is weird. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. What? Big Mom? Cat burglar and long nose. You're Straw Hats. Grr, she's getting really angry because, you know, she hates the Straw Hats. And then Tama says, Olin-chan! Oh, Tama! What are you doing in a scary place like this? I was so worried about you, Olin. You vanished when we got to Udon. Not good. It's Mama's mothering mode. She sometimes gets like this around kids under 10, which is actually pretty cool. To know that Big Mom actually cares about her children, you know, while they're children.
Yeah, so not after, though.
Yeah, not after. She can give a flying fuck. When they're adults, they're soldiers at that point. What's going on, Otama? Are you two friends? Says Nami. I want to thank you for looking after me back when I had amnesia. Wow, you got your memories back? That's wonderful. I'll never forget the flavor of the Oshiriko soup that poor Atsuru gave me in Okaboro Town. It was so tasty. It's just that Okaboro Town is gone now. Gone? Everyone lied to protect the samurai and keep the raid a secret. The town was burnt to the ground because they said they ate all the stolen food. What? And then, Big Mom has a flashback to the kind people in that town. Sorry, Olin, that's all there is. Delicious, my goodness. Look, this suits you, Olin. Really? This entire town is going to be executed. Burn everything. And then this really awesome panel, Big Mom, a shadow casts over her. She's getting salty. She says, so Kaido's underlings are responsible? They did that to the town that showed me hospitality? Yeah, the Dino Man's back. Leave us alone. We've already got enough on our own plate. And then page 1 looks over to Big Mom and he's like, Big Mom, great timing. Don't let those maggots get past you. It's too late. It's curtains for you. Page 1 goes in for the chomp. And then Big Mom, Jojo menacing, surrounds her. He says, you ingrates. The pirate world may be cruel, but there are still standards, you damn vermin. And then she does a fucking Conqueror's Hockey punch. A Conqueror's Hockey punch. Straight into the Adam's apple that they've been foreshadowing all chapter. Straight into the Adam's apple of page 1 in his dinosaur form. Murdering him, probably. Dude's probably murdered. He gets sent into the floor. And this is the power of a Yonko when she's angry. a direct punch to a commander level. Like, all the fucking Toby Roppo are just under, like, top commander level. And it's kind of implied that they could maybe even compete to get up there. Yeah. You know? They're commander-ish level. Just absolutely fucking deleted. Just press delete on the keyboard. Big Mom uses a Conqueror's Hockey Punch, like, sends her spirit into this bro, and sends him into the fucking floor and deletes him. Absolutely epic. And this is just making me like Big Mom. Like, it's actually really making me appreciate her character. I like the direction that they're going in with Big Mom right now. And I just want to see how this dynamic just keeps on going. Just Big Mom is such a dynamic character.
She really is.
Page 1, Sama, everybody is in disbelief. Big Mom must be back there. Oh, that was Mama. She's alive, thank goodness. This is bad, Ulti Sama. Ulti appears, and she is in disbelief because her brother just got fucking waxed.
What she's gonna do. I wonder if she's gonna, like, try to attack Big Mom, because if she does, she's donezo.
She is dead as well. Like, what is she gonna do against Big Mom? Like, tickle her?
Tickle her?
Dude, we're getting another break?
Yeah, it's Golden Week.
Fuck. Damn, dude.
I know, but that probably means, though, that we're gonna get, like, 3 chapters back to back to back afterwards, though. I would imagine.
Hopefully, because that's 2 breaks in a row, dude. I don't know if I could take this shit. Like, I'll fiend. I'll start fiending. This chapter definitely gets a well-deserved 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's what I was going to give it as well, 7.5. Nothing like, groundbreaking, but still really cool.
Like, the groundbreaking stuff is really what belongs in 8 through 10. Like, nothing groundbreaking happened, but this chapter was just a good, solid chapter. It was solid, it was entertaining, and it's got me excited for future chapters. So, for all those reasons, I'm definitely going to give it a well-deserved 7.5.
Same here.
Anything you'd like to say before we wrap this up, Dylan? Because we do have a little bit of a time crunch today.
No, not at all.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here, Dylan, as always.
Of course.
Thank you guys so much for watching another episode of the OnePod podcast. We will see you in the next one when we get the next chapter after this lame-ass break. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please slap a like on it. If you have anything you want to share with us or talk to us about, please leave it down in the comments below, and I will be sure to get back to you. If you're enjoying the content that you see on the channel, I'd be very flattered if you were to subscribe. But with all that being said, we are going to have to see you in the next one. Peace.
Goodbye.